Welcome to BizTV's Beyond the Brand. I'm Kelli Phillips. Today I'm joined by Austin Roberson. Austin has had a passion for menswear for a long time. Today he's here to tell us about trends in men's fashion and to offer suggestions for how men can keep their closets properly stocked. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more Beyond the Brand. Our first guest has been instrumental in enhancing custom offerings and building strong client relationships at The Man Shop, all with an unwavering dedication to style, fit, and craftsmanship. Please welcome Austin Roberson to the show. And Austin, where did your love for style come in and fashion?
I'd say it started, I was about 16 or 17 years old. I was actually bullied in the church that I had grown up in, unfortunately. And, low self-esteem, self-image issues, like all the, the good cocktail of fun. And I heard the term dress for success. When you look good, you feel good, that there was a power to clothing and it's a tool of communication. So I just started trying things out and realized I had a passion for it.
And tell us about how you use that in your job today.
I deal with clients in all walks of life. I've dealt with politicians, C-suite executives, janitors, college students, all different people from all walks of life. And our clothes are expensive. They're beautiful. They're well made. And there's a reason that people come to us because of our service and what we stand by. But there's nothing quite like something that's been made for you, because when you put it on, it just makes you stand differently. It makes you hold yourself differently. And with men, with women, with the makeup, with the dresses, like they're encouraged to look beautiful because y'all are by far the much more fairer sex. I mean, looking at my wife right now, I can absolutely, agree to that. But with men, that's not really encouraged. So we want to do that in our own way of, hey, if she's putting all this time and effort in, you can echo that as well, but you can also feel confident in yourself no matter what situation you're stepping into.
So in high school, you started experimenting and deciding that you wanted to get into this? It
started, when I'm going to church, putting on a nicer dress shirt. And then the next week put on darker wash jeans and, mix up a lot of different things. And then I just realized that I could be creative and I could express myself differently. And then it kind of got off course a little bit because I was dressing in a way to please other people, but not dressing for myself. And
that's a huge difference.
It really is. And I was trying to please everybody else to cover the hurt and the pain that I had dealt with. Well, no clothes are going to deal with what's on the inside because clothes are an outward expression. Mm-hmm. So I started experimenting with different styles, watching different movies, seeing different creators, and seeing how they express themselves with their clothing, and then did that for myself.
So clothes are a tool of communication?
Yes, ma'am.
How so?
There are associations to clothes and to color and to cuts and fits, and it says something about you. I mean, for an example, today, I walked in and nobody's wearing a tie. Not a shame against anybody, but I say this as I appreciated that you guys invited me, and I don't have to wear a tie because what places in really the DFW area nowadays are requiring you to wear a tie. But
in most businesses, everything's gone very casual.
Very casual for sure. But I wanted to say it's my little way of saying thank you, but also specifically with a tie, it doesn't hold a function outside of decoration. So we don't really need a necktie, but we need a necktie because nothing says something like who you are like a well-tied necktie, whether it's a print, solid, or whatever.
What do you think a tie stands for?
A tie stands for respect. It stands for intention. There's a reason when you're going to an interview. I mean, what we recommend people to do when they're going to an interview, even if it's a little more casual, dress up just a little bit more. I mean, if it's a super casual tech environment, you're going to stand out like a sore thumb. But just simply putting on a tie, a pocket square, just something that says, hey, you're important and I want to show you through my clothing without even saying the words. I want my clothes to speak well of me before words even leave my mouth.
What does it also say about first impression?
We only have about 2 to 30 seconds to have a first impression land. And we're in a very image-based society. I mean, we have to be very honest about that. So why not use your clothes to benefit you? You know, I'm always a fan that I'm always an advocate that you should be a gentleman no matter what you're wearing. But still, your clothes should say, hey, I'm a gentleman. I'm holding myself to this standard. And even on the flip side, if you're very casual, if you're wearing, you know, a polo or shorts or, you know, whatever that may be, wear something that fits you, wear something that's not sloppy, wear something that's appropriate to where you're going, but you're communicating to the audience that, hey, you are important and I'm dressing to go here. I've had plenty of times where I've walked into a place and someone will say, where are you going? Well, I came here. And they don't know how to deal with that. It's, you know, you're important enough for me to come here and I want to show you with my clothes that, you know, you're worth being celebrated. Life should be celebrated and clothes should express that.
Tell us about where you work and why that's important and what got you there.
So I work at the Man Shop here in Arlington, and it's been there since 1970. It was started by Eddie Williams. My business partner is Wally Harden. He's been there since he was 17, and he's been just an amazing man to work with. He's seen the ebbs and flows of trends, of economic times. We made it through COVID. We went through 2021 with the freeze and, you know, all these different things. So the main thing for us is about relationships. We've got third and fourth generation clientele who their grandparents brought their dad in and everything. And so we're able to take care of a lot of different people. And it's all about relationship. It's not about the clothes that we sell, because you could go to plenty different places. People, you know, still shop online. They want convenience, but we are, like, for example, I'm a buyer. Or I'm the buyer. So I go to the markets. I'm going to Chicago. I'm talking to these different manufacturers, figuring out what our clients like and what they don't like, but also showing something new and exciting. Not a lot of people do that. You'll walk into a place and they just like, what can I get for you? Okay, well, I'm here if you need me. I'd rather watch paint dry. I don't want to deal with someone like that. We are trying to get to know you. Hey, how's your day going today? We never say, welcome in. What can I do for you? It's, how can I improve your day?
And you probably know their families, you know their history, what they're going to like, not like.
I've become very good friends with a lot of my clients, like genuine friends, not just, hey, how are you doing?
And see them in the store.
Buy a suit for me? Exactly. Yeah, we've built a good relationship.
How important is that in the job that you do?
Pivotal. I mean, if we don't have relationships, we don't have a business.
And when did you meet Wally and how did y'all hit that off?
I believe it was 2013. I think I still have the email, the first email that we ever corresponded to. I was up in the area. I was going to ring in the New Year's in Dallas with some friends of mine. And I had gone to a local tailor over here to get some clothes altered. And then to kill some time, I wanted to see some other men's clothing shops. And the Man Shop popped up and I thought, the Man Shop, there's something about that name.
It's very masculine.
It is, but you don't, like, I didn't know what it was. So I walked in and had probably about a half-hour long conversation with Wally. And he just said, he knew that I was trying to get into the industry. I just started college at that point. And he goes, if you ever need any connections, let me know. I'm here. I know a lot of people in the industry. I'd love to help you. So that was about 2013. And then fast forward to, I think, February of 2018. I was in the area, I popped by, and they actually thought I was a rep for another company. And I just wanted to pop in because I hadn't been there in a while. Luckily, they were looking to hire somebody. I was a manager at James Avery, absolutely fantastic company to work for, but I didn't want to be in jewelry sales the rest of my life. I wanted to be in menswear. And that was a Thursday. They said, you know, got to know me. Hey, when can you come in for an interview? I'm free tomorrow. What time do you want to come in? I'm like, I'm setting my own interview
this
time.
This is great.
Absolutely. So came in the next day on a Friday, and then Saturday, I spent all day with them just to get an idea of who they were, what they were about. And I'll never forget what Wally told me. He pulled me to the back and he said, listen, I don't want to offer you a job. I want to offer you a lifestyle. And I said, where do I sign?
A lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
And that's what you believe.
Absolutely.
And that's why the Man Shop has so much success.
Yes, ma'am.
Because it's a lifestyle.
It's more than clothes, for sure. I mean, the clothes are obviously a big part, but if we're selling something to a guy that he's not going to utilize, it's not part of who he is. We've sold him a product that he doesn't use. So he feels gypped and he's not going to want to come back. Now, there are times as an expert, I know you want to do this. You want to wear your pajamas all day long. I understand that, but you can't do that. Let me cut a garment for you that's going to be more comfortable than anything you've had before. Oh, sorry. Let me cut a garment for you that's going to be more comfortable than anything you've had. And you're going to see and experience the difference. And they do.
I want to talk more about that, but we need to take a quick break. Okay. So will you stick around and we'll come back and talk more?
More than happy to.
All right. We'll be right back with more BizTV. And we're back with Austin Roberson and the Man Shop to talk more. And Austin, you mentioned earlier about cutting a suit for someone in particular. Mm-hmm. How do you go about that? And one, how do you get someone to even say, yes, I want a custom suit, mm-hmm. and why it's so important?
So the majority of what we do now is custom, but for the longest time we did off the rack. We had a garment, we tried it on, pinned it a little bit, altered it to you. 2 weeks later, you've got a great garment. We do what's called made to measure or custom. There's something that's called bespoke, where they are taking individual measurements specifically for you, and that fit block pattern is only for you. We don't do that as of yet. Starting price point, you're talking about $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. It's a great process, but for most people, that doesn't really make sense. Mm-hmm. We have made to measure fit block patterns that we actually put on a guy, and we can see how the garment will lay. For an example, I had a guy, he put on a garment and one of his lapels was popping only on one side. Now, usually with us Texas sized boys, we have bigger chest. Both lapels will pop. That just means the chest is a little too tight. We give them more room and then make the lapel lay, but only one wasn't laying properly. And it was a combination. He had a high left and a low right shoulder, which made it pop. We wouldn't have been able to fix anything with that when it came to off the rack. So we were able to kind of fine tune, take that pattern, and the garment will tell us what needs to be done. Then we can choose the styling details. He can choose the lining, get his name monogrammed on the inside, but it's cut specifically for him. It's really not too far off of our off the rack price, but the experience is so much different. Once guys go to custom, they don't go back to off the rack because they love the experience and they get to design it for themselves.
And that was probably the first time that particular customer had something that laid properly all the way around.
Absolutely.
Tell us about buying and mm-hmm. trends, and how do you know what's going to be in and what's going to be out?
You kind of have to balance it when I'm going to market. I'm being sold to. Now, I am selling to people, but I also realize that these brands are selling to me and they're like, oh, this has been selling fantastic. This is absolutely an amazing product.
But we live in Texas.
Well, there's that. But also when they say they're selling something, they're selling it to other retailers. That doesn't mean the consumer is actually consuming it. So we have to balance it with what we believe in, what we stand on, and also balancing it with, hey, guys will wear a lot of blue. They'll wear a blue check shirt all day long. But how many blue check shirts can you sell a guy? And then sometimes you kind of have to push him outside of his comfort zone a little bit and say, hey, this is why this is special. I know what you're saying, and I know that this may be a little strange for you, but just try it on. One thing that I tell guys is we don't charge you anything to try it on. So just put it on. And one of two things happen. They go, I hate it. Well, really three things happen. I hate it. Oh, you know what? I actually kind of like it better than I thought. It's a little too bold for me, or it's not exactly what I want, but it opens up their horizons a little bit. Or they go, I never would have thought that I liked it. Let me get it. So they're realizing that just because it's new doesn't mean that it's scary. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah. How do you get guys to get out of their comfort zone? For example, I've got two sons. Mm-hmm. One is going to wear blue all day long and only blue.
Sounds like a male.
The other one, mm-hmm. you can get him pink, purple, blue, red, green. Mm-hmm. How do you get guys to get outside of that comfort zone?
It goes back to the relationship. They have to know that what you're presenting to them is not just trying to sell a product and make a sale. It's trying to do what's best for you. And, there's the balance of, we've got to keep the lights on. So we need to sell product, but we don't build that relationship unless we present something of value to you. So a lot of it is just, hey, listen, you'd mentioned that you like purple. This is a white shirt with a light purple check. So it's a little outside your comfort zone. Just put it on. Just try it on. And
trying is free.
Yeah, exactly.
And you may get them to convert.
Mm-hmm. But they don't realize it unless they see it on.
That's true. What trends do you see going forward in the future?
Thank God the small skinny suit is dead.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, someone had to say it.
I'm so glad it was you.
It's the skinny suit never really fit anybody unless you're built like that.
A stick.
And it made you look small at that point. We are seeing an appreciation to more classic detailing, which I mean, personally is something that I, really resonate with. But when it comes to more classically styling details, it means a slightly higher rise, a more proper rise, a little bit more full cut, maybe not as bold of colors. Like you'll see things from, 80s, 90s, 30s, 40s, and 50s and those different decades. And you'll see how, okay, we're taking something a little more classic, but modernizing it a little bit more in palette and taste, and a little bit in cuts. But it's very approachable for even a guy who doesn't really care about clothing.
I've got to ask because I know, for example, my husband has probably 30 suits in his closet.
Okay.
Some of them are from the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s.
Yep.
So how long should one hold on to a suit?
As long as you can fit into it. And also as long as it's not like a polyester, like
we need to get rid of those.
Yeah. Well, a polyester, it's plastic. So it's not good for you anyway.
True.
But also if it's still like, I talked to a guy I go to church with on Sunday, and he had a suit that was like 10, 15 years old. And yeah, you could tell that, it had a bit of a heavier shoulder pad. The gorge line was a little bit lower. So the styling may have been a little bit more dated, but it still fit him and he styled it well. And I'm going, there's nothing wrong with that. If you invest in good quality garments, wear it until you outwear it.
Are you finding that aspiring professionals are coming to you more often now to look better?
I would say so. We're getting a decent amount of younger guys too. We have a good amount of guys who come in for their wedding suits, and then they realize that we're not just a custom suit place. What I like to tell guys is if a man wears it, we carry it. We have jeans, we have shorts, we have underwear and socks, we have polos, shoes. We're a full kitted haberdashery. So come in, we'll get you taken care of. I think guys realize that there's a difference to good quality clothing, and you may be buying less, but you're buying better. And we'd love to have all of our clients buy out every single thing that we have. But if you're really buying less and being intentional about your purchases and listening to the advice that we're giving you, but ultimately you're the one making the decision, you realize that like, okay, I'm buying these pieces that are investments that are going to last. And they want to take that next step. It's, I've been dressing this way for so long and I just need a change. I need an update. I need something else. There's some sort of lack that they're coming to us to help with.
Key piece of advice you would give to those thinking about purchasing?
Be open. Communicate everything that's important to you. Man, my clothes have been too tight. Hey, I'm losing weight. I'm trying to get this job. Whatever it is, the more information we have, the more that we can kind of fine tune and really dial in on what that person needs. But be open to trying new things, because maybe what you were thinking you needed was not even what you needed in the first place. So that professional like us, we're going to be able to fine tune much better what you need.
If you could finish the sentence, I hope to inspire.
That's a really good one.
Thinking about your clientele.
I'll actually go back a little bit further. If I could talk to my younger self, I know that a lot of men have been at a place like that. I hope to inspire those who feel they're not worth it.
You feel like you're worth it?
Absolutely. Now. And it's not because of the clothes. It's because I've gone through a lot of things and I've realized that, the things that happened to me aren't in line with my value, but I remember what it felt like to not feel of value, to not feel of worth. And my beautiful, lovely wife has really helped me understand that so much better, that it's not the outer shell, That's just the packaging. That's the bow on the present.
But it's the whole package.
It's everything all together. And there are a lot of guys who say like, well, you're a skinny guy. Like, you can wear that. I am not skinny. My tailor will tell you that. But you have to understand that you have to be a little bit more open and be honest with yourself that if you feel like there's a lack, there's a reason that you walked into the shop. Thank you for giving us the opportunity. We're going to help change things in a way that you didn't think was possible.
Austin, where can folks find you?
Find us at the Man Shop, 100 Southwest Street. We're on Instagram, Facebook. We have a YouTube page we haven't posted on in a long time, but go to themanshop.com and you'll find us. Set an appointment today.
That sounds great. Thanks, Austin. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back with more BizTV. Thanks for watching BizTV's Beyond the Brand. Be sure to subscribe to the BizTV YouTube channel, where you'll find full episodes of this show, a 24/7 live stream, fresh BizTV content, and a few surprises each week to help you stay inspired.